Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Manga Writer and this video to me has been a long time coming. Some of you guys may already know who I am and know what I did to get myself into this show, but to the new people that haven't been involved in my quite long history, I was the guy that made a series of videos that were titled Everything Wrong with Sonic X over on my Manga Artist channel, a series that took me over 2 years to finish. It gained a bit of traction and overall became one of my most popular series, but recently a bunch of those episodes are now blocked by YouTube worldwide because of copyright. And knowing that I by no means can fight back, especially to something like anime copyright, I made the decision to just private all the videos, meaning that Everything Wrong with Sonic X, a series that ate up 2 years of my life and resulted in me feeling the textbook example of the phrase, "I won, but at what cost," is now gone from the public eye, never to be seen again. And this left me feeling a little conflicted. I've kind of grown to have a like-hate relationship with my series as a whole. The only videos I ended up kind of remembering were episodes 4, 5, 6, and 8, and the other videos range from being forgettable to just downright embarrassing because of all the stuff I got wrong. Not to mention, I'm not the biggest fan of the character I decided to put on. I came off as too much of an asshole, and my sins range from being actual critiques to just poorly constructed jokes. But, rather than wallow in self-pity and curse the world for my downfalls, I realized that this is the golden opportunity to actually go over Sonic X in all the ways I wanted to go over it for over 2 years. So I'm making this video to just make peace with myself. Everything from here on out is going to be my completely genuine thoughts on the show. And here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to be covering every single episode in a way that's both simple and quick. And to do that, I'll be taking a note from my past and review every episode in 10 words or less. And after my few words, I'll give the episode a rating of 1 to 10, with 1 to 4 being awful to boring, 5 being completely average, and 6 to 10 being pretty good to amazing. I know this may be completely obvious to all of you, but considering how many people claim a film to be just okay and then go out of their way to give it a 7 out of 10, it just really baffles me, so I wanted to make my ranking system perfectly clear. But when I get to the end of a saga, I'm going to briefly pause and give a much stronger review of the overall arc, which I will not be rating out of 10, as that number would be much too generalized. Once I'm done with all the episodes, I'll be going over my top 5 favorite and my top 5 least favorite episodes from the show, which gives me the chance to talk completely freely about my feelings towards these episodes. And at the very, very end, I'll be going over my overall thoughts to which I can finally put this show behind me. Well, at least for now. So we have 8 arcs to go through, so let's not waste any more time and get this started with the New World Saga, which are episodes 1 to 13. How do they know about Chaos Control? Sonic swearing was the highlight of this episode. A lot of people should be dead after this attack. Chris begins his legacy of getting himself into trouble. Yay. Knuckles is a chaotic, repetitive dumbass with nice Spanish music. Nobody questions the sudden appearance of a robot in school. Sonic getting flowers for cream saved this episode. Mobians can survive in space, but can't survive water. Okay. Sonic fixing Amy's bracelet was adorable. This episode's comedy was out of the park. Rouge and Topaz share pretty decent chemistry. Those screams though. But how do they have a Chaos Emerald after episode 10? Sonic is durable. Also just Knuckles and Rouge. Sonic X's first 13 episodes to me contain a lot of the problems I have with the series as a whole, in addition to introducing some of the best aspects of X, which I will tackle first. In these specific episodes, they do a mixed job at characterizing the cast that we already know. Sonic in these 13 episodes is shown as being a very laid-back and easygoing guy with a large love for sleeping and taking it easy. This is one of the main things that make him different from the rest of the cast. While other characters love being in each other's company and doing wacky hijinks together, Sonic would rather just lay down and take a nap. He takes every moment he has alone as a chance to just wind down and take in the air, which shows Sonic as being quite happy with just relaxing and enjoying life at his own pace, which for a character that runs at Sonic speed all the time is actually quite a nice touch. But when life tells him to stop being a nature-loving hippie and someone needs his help, he rarely ever thinks twice and immediately goes out to help them. And in terms of kindness and being a good friend, Sonic is packed to the brim with that, shown by him spending an entire episode to just get some flowers for Cream, fixing Amy's bracelet after it got destroyed, and him being very supportive of Tails and Chris. Also him knowing Cream so well that he knows that she makes flower crowns for people she loves. Oh! That is too pure. The series so far is showing a nicely balanced take on Sonic's character, which ends up making him quite likable. Tails is a brave and smart kid with a lot of knowledge of technology in the Chaos Emeralds, which basically leaves him as being the explainer of everything for the audience. This had the chance to make Tails a non-character, and unfortunately, he kind of is. His personality traits aren't shown at their best in this arc, I'm sad to say. He has his moments with his intelligence and his fighting with Eggman, but he really was just there to explain what the heck was going on. Amy in this series is Sonic obsessed to the next level. Practically every moment she's a few meters away from Sonic, she just becomes the desperate fangirl that cannot take a hint, and while it's not to a point where it's insufferable, it can still be a bit grating. And it's also kind of funny that if this show was released in today's times, Amy would immediately be called a simp. Though, I must say, there are some pretty good moments for her in this arc, with her making Sonic a bracelet, which was very cute, and really showing what she's made of when the robot destroys it. You know shit's going down when fucking Eggman is shitting himself. Cream in Sonic X is just the purest thing ever. There is literally nothing wrong with her, and when people piss her off, they commit domestic terrorism, and I'm sorry, they deserve to die. Jokes aside, Cream is a very lovable, cute character. Her cuteness isn't too overbearing, which I greatly appreciate. Also, cheese.
That's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Eggman, I think, takes a bit of a hit in this show as he comes off as more of a nuisance as opposed to an actual threat to the characters. He does have his moments like him trying to shake Chris off his ship and being able to convince Knuckles, but everything else comes off as either boring or very, very stupid. Eggman trying to brainwash kids with a robot in school is easily one of his dumbest plans to date. However, I gotta say, Knuckles is so well done here. He contains most of this arc's comedy. His sheer level of spitefulness towards Sonic is consistently funny, with him being very easily annoyed by Sonic's taunting, while also knowing when to quit it for the greater good. His try-hard lone wolf attitude comes off as hilariously cute, and leads to the start of some great banter he has with Rouge. I swear, these two are the OTP. And despite him being way too gullible for his own good, I think it makes Knuckles a very endearing character. Also, his responsibility in protecting the Master Emerald is a great factor that helps differentiate him from the others. He's easily the most likable out of the cast in his wild stupidity. I think that's the best way to describe him. With the main cast out of the way, let's talk about the new characters. Sonic and the gang in this series have to live and interact with a bunch of people, which instantly sounds like a turn-off if it wasn't for the fact that these characters are mostly quite likable. Ella's a great mother figure with a good amount of sass. Chuck is the very nice crazy old man with a kind heart. Topaz is very easily flustered and is a very good character to help flesh out Rouge. Chris's parents are those too busy to pay attention to their son kinds of parents, but always have their heart in the right place and really do care about their son. And I think that everyone can agree that Tonica is the GOAT of the Sonic franchise. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this perfect specimen of a man. Now, in terms of Chris, he's not unlikable in this arc. There is one moment in episode 7 where he comes off as very harsh to his mother, and there are some moments where he either gets himself into trouble or just didn't need to be there. But in these 13 episodes, he's fine. He's inoffensive. For now. So in terms of the cast, Sonic X does a mostly good job at making sure you get to like these characters before the show gets into the stories and the action. Where this arc falls a lot for me, however, is the storytelling. This arc contains a lot of stupid plot points. This ranges from mild logical inconsistencies like a giant robot emerging from knee-deep water, the people knowing about Sonic's name when it was never said prior, the soldiers entering Eggman's base at the top but start at the bottom floor, Eggman getting into his base without seeing the army of soldiers patrolling around it, Tubble suddenly having a character arc where he cares about helping people despite being apathetic to them before, completely off screen. I don't know, that kinda would've been cool to see, but hey, just came straight out of left field. Alright, to the absolutely unforgivable stupidity of other scenes. A few examples include Chris deciding to wait for Sonic to tell them about the attack happening in episode 3 rather than just instantly telling the Sonic crew about what was going on. The school, the police, and the government not questioning the sudden appearance of a giant robot in a school. What? The government manually hacking into Eggman's computer, leading him to his enemies, and possibly helping him to get a Chaos Emerald in order to lure him out of his base. Not even once considering what might happen if Eggman comes back with a Chaos Emerald? And Eggman stealing a Chaos Emerald straight out of Tails' hand, and no one sees it or does anything to stop it. And the worst part is, this stuff is quite tame compared to the rest of the show. Later on, some of these plot points are just gonna get dumber. There's also 2 plot holes that I can remember, like how do they all know about Chaos Control? Why is this suddenly a thing? It's just never explained. And how in the carrot do they have a Chaos Emerald in episode 12 after episode 10? But all in all, the New World Saga was fine. The episodes range from being funny, semi-decent, to just flat out forgettable. If I didn't watch this arc again, I wouldn't have really remembered anything from these episodes, besides some pretty good jokes and nice characterization for a few of the cast. And with that ending of the New World Saga over and done with, let's jump to the Chaos Emerald arc, which contain episodes 14 to 26.